And a very good day to all my viewers. It is right now Sunday, February 12th, 2023. It's 2:35 p.m. and we are here in beautiful Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue, the western tip of Montreal, the island of Montreal. We're going to do a little walk here through the town. My goal is to get to Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue train station and get the EXO commuter train, formerly known as the AMT commuter train, back to Montreal, Lucien, LA. It's the EXO Vaudreuil Hudson line. So we're gonna walk from here, which is terminus McDonald. There's the 200 bus. I just got off the 211 bus, and there's Lac Saint Louis to our south. And my plan today was to actually walk on Lac Saint Louis in Bay d'Urfé, which is just east of here, and I actually did go on the lake. The only problem is the top layer of ice was pure slush. My feet got soaked. I decided that that was going to be my walking video for this Wednesday, because my viewers decided via a poll that's what they wanted me to do for the walking video, but I just couldn't do it because of the slush. My feet got soaked, so I will do it another day when the temperature's a bit colder, so that top layer freezes. It's about 0 degrees right now, 0 degrees Celsius, 32 Fahrenheit. So what I did is I got back to shore, got back on the 211 bus, headed west. Took me about 10 minutes to get here from Bay d'Urfé, just to the east of here. And I figured, why not go for a little walk here in Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue. And I'll mention as well while I'm here, this is of course the local town of Bay Sky, a Bay Sky show, also known as Jack. He lives in this town. This is his place where he grew up, and fellow YouTuber, and he's trying to get some funds raised to get a new computer so he can continue doing his great show. So I'm going to put a link for the GoFundMe campaign we started for him. Very down-to-earth, cool guy, a local musician. Recently got into train spotting. Has a lot of stories and songs and art, really entertaining. So I'll put the link for the GoFundMe there so we can eventually get a new computer, hopefully soon, because the one he has is getting a bit old. So shout out to Jack. He's probably resting today. Who knows, maybe we'll run into him. But anyways, over here, this is John Abbott College. This building here, look at this. This building looks like it's pretty much condemned or being demolished. Doesn't look too sturdy. Looks like it needs some pretty heavy duty work. And just so you know, we're walking in the west direction. So we'll cut through different areas of town here. And what we're going to do is slowly make our way to Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue train station. And we'll check out some little landmarks and little buildings that are somewhat well known in the area, thanks to some knowledge from Jack. And of course, there's a couple of other YouTubers that live out in this region, more or less. A lot of transit fans. So we're going to be walking this way, like I said, westward. There's Lac Saint Louis, which is technically part of the St. Lawrence River. And yeah, we're going to get to the heart of the town soon enough as we make our way further in here. While we're walking, well, there's some pretty nice old houses, nice buildings. And if you're a transit fan coming from Montreal, well, you could take the 211 from Lionel-Groulx metro station. You get on the 211, you stay on till the last stop, which is where I just started filming before, and that is going to take you to McDonald Terminus, and where I got off, where I started the video, right in front of John Abbott College and the McGill University McDonald campus, I think it is. And then you basically just walk this way. There's a minibus. It's the only minibus accessible to regular users, not because usually the minibuses are for the handicap or the people that need wheelchair access, special wheelchair access. But this is a minibus that's accessible to everyone, and you could take it right into town, the direction we're going in. We may see it, we probably will see it. Here's Maple Street, and this is Rue Sainte-Anne. This is the main street, of course. And Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue, I believe, is the second oldest town in Montreal. I think Dorval is the oldest, and Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue is the second oldest. And quite a bit of history here. So coming up here is a pumping station, I believe. My first time coming to Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue was in 2006, I believe, if I remember correctly. Is that a squirrel? Is that a real squirrel? It looks like a real squirrel on that ornament there. Just relaxing, taking it easy, you know. Yeah, so here's Perot Street. This is a very old building, this one here. I think it has heritage status. Look at that ice. Look at the drain there, the pipe. Looks like it collapsed or broke from the ice. Yeah, so this building here, Maison de la Baie Hudson. So this here Hudson Bay House, in the late 1790s or early 1800s, this house was built for use as a fur warehouse by Peter Grant. Yeah, so look at this, quite a bit of history. If you want to pause the video and read that, go ahead. Pretty old house, look at that. Here's, like I said, a pumping station. You'll notice some of the street signs are blue, others are black. Look at that, the water here's already thawing out, and I think usually it is thawed out. It's usually like this, the water, because it's warmer here, the currents. I'm wondering if there's going to be some flooding this spring. It all depends on, well, a few factors. How warm it'll be, how fast the warmth will come in spring, how much precipitation will fall in form of rain, how fast it will fall and whatnot, how thick the ice is, how much snow there is on the ice, what the weather's like upstream in Ottawa, because that's where this river sort of comes from, the Ottawa Valley, also from the other direction. Yeah, basically here in Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue, further west, it branches off to the Ottawa River, and also continues as the St. Lawrence River towards Toronto, and the Ottawa River goes towards Ottawa, Gatineau. So we're coming up now to the town center. This is where we're going to see some cool buildings and whatnot. And like I said, I'll put a link also for his GoFundMe for his computer, and also for his personal webpage, where he has some great music and photographs from around the world and that whatnot. So here's St. Marie Street. And the Couche-Tard is coming up. The famous Couche-Tard, as Base Guy calls it. Just had to reposition my phone there. Yeah, so look at that. That water's looks pretty high from here, but I think there's a layer of ice underneath, most likely, at least some. This is an old eatery. You can tell it's like an old style diner. There's another old building. Apparently this is an antique shop and bookstore. And coming up here is an old marina. Jack told me that this marina, the owner, was a great photographer. He used to take shots of the town, videos, pictures of the town. And he did some aerial shots from the sky as well, with airplane. So this marina recently shut down. the Marine Sainte-Anne, or Sainte-Anne Marina, and you can get your boat fixed in there, and they had boat supplies. I guess it was time to shut down because, well, I don't know, maybe just not enough business. Who knows? Some more old buildings. This used to be, I believe, the post office. I remember coming here in 2000, when I first came here in 2006, this was actually still open as a post office. And later on, we're going to see the water tower. Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue water tower. Alright, so here it is. This is the Couche-Tard, the famous Couche-Tard. There's a low flying plane. Yeah, so Jack was telling me, you know, they closed their only food store here. This was the Marché Richelieu, I believe it was. We may see it later depending where we go. And this is the only food store now in town. This is the Couche-Tard. Very famous chain of stores, also known as I think Circle K in other parts of the world or Canada. Yeah, they're a worldwide company. That famous red owl, always watching. We'll take a little walk here. There's some more old buildings. Let's go check out, as Jack says, behind the Couche-Tard. We'll get a look at the water here. Nice close-up view of the docks later on, maybe. Some beautiful birds. Beautiful. So there it is, the famous behind the Couche-Tard, where I guess Jack was saying that's when he was a kid. He used to hang out, and it was a famous hangout spot in Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue. There's an ambulance right there. And there it is, the beautiful Sainte-Anne docks, Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue docks. You got some animal prints down there. Could be some rabbits or cats crawling around. But see how it's all ice here? As you go further out towards the south, look, it's all water. I don't know if there's any ice fishermen today in this part of the river, the St. Lawrence. And when I mentioned Lac Saint Louis before, Lac Saint Louis is actually part of the St. Lawrence River, which is down there. That's where I came from. So basically, you have the river, and then it turns into this wide open lake, basically, and then converges here again back to a river. All right, so here's some old restaurants. There's Exo bus for you transit fans. That's probably going to Ile-Perrot or Vaudreuil. What route is that? That's the 335, I believe. Pincourt. It's going to Pincourt. Looks like a new flyer. Nice peach color. Is that a vicinity bus, it's called? Could be. Thanks to Ben and Julian, other transit fans who are pretty good at knowing their buses. Actually training to be drivers right now. Here's, look at this little thing here, a little outlet, a little stream here, a little pipe. I wonder where this is from. Maybe this basement floods, maybe they have to have like a little sump pump going, who knows. Alright, so we're gonna get back on the main road here. Got a little view behind. Like I said, we're gonna slowly make our way to the train station. We'll crisscross through the small streets in the town center, if you want to call it that. Here's Lalonde Street. Here's this is, like I said, the main street. This is where the restaurants are and the businesses. Very old town. This, like I said, second oldest town in the city. Some bars, restaurants, souvenir shops, clothing shops. But you know, Jack was telling me back in the day there was a lot more bars and a lot more life in the town. Things have changed, he said, over the years, you know. This here, Annie's Restaurant. This is another famous eatery here in the area. And this building here burned down a couple of years ago. I came here after work to check it out. It's still in this bad shape. This was a restaurant, I believe. Look at that. We'll cross over here. Here's Sing's Arcade. I heard about this. This here is an old retro arcade. This is for old school gaming. This was actually in the Gazette, Montreal Gazette. If you like old school games, check that out. Yeah, old TVs. Really cool to see. Yeah, so this here used to be trying to see the writing, can't really see it, but obviously it's condemned, burned down. There's a pharmacy here, Uniprix. We got some barber shops here, some donut shops. A lot of these businesses are, well, some of them are new, some of them are old. Some of the buildings are original, some of them got modified, renovated over the years, torn down, rebuilt. But some of them are in their original state. Look at this one here. I think this is an original building. Here's a bank. I think the town hall's around here. And they used to have a tower. They used to have a tower on top of the town hall that they took down. Not to be confused with the water tower that's still standing. There's a view of the back streets, which we'll go to in a minute. And we'll get a look at the church here momentarily. The Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue church. If you live in Montreal or around Montreal, I highly, highly recommend coming to Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue at least once in a while. It has that beautiful, relaxing vibe to it, especially if you live in the downtown area or, you know, the center core of the island, and you just want to get away, but somewhere local. Hop on a bus, get on the 211, and come down to Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue. Very old architecture. So I'm thinking more and more I might make this my Wednesday walking video for this Wednesday coming, since the Lac Saint Louis walk didn't work out. Here's the Hotel de Ville here, City Hall. Yeah, I think there was a tower around here somewhere. There was a tower on one of these buildings. Alright, so we're gonna make our way down probably to the church and then where the docks are, and then we'll start taking some side streets and we'll crisscross to the train station. We got about an hour to wait for the next train back to Lionel-Groulx. Like I said, Jack's probably resting right now. He had a lot of editing and stuff this week for his show, so we'll let him rest. Also a shout out to Stefan in Slovakia, another viewer of us, another YouTube viewer. Stefan in Slovakia. These are nice decorations. Also, I mentioned Julian and Ben. I'll put a link to their channels as well. This is an old, there's an ice cream store in here, ice cream shop. Oh yeah, the ice cream shop's here. Look at this beautiful old building. Amazing. So we're making our way now to the church and the bridge here. So there's another little ice cream shop right there. I think these are summer businesses. They're not open right now. So we're coming up, I think, to the Galipo Bridge. This is a cool, beautiful street address sign. So this is Rue du Collège, not to be mixed up with du Collège Metro, which is way east of here. Here's another place, Peter's. It's Cape Cod. I love fish and chips, but I don't like seafood. Make sense of that. Here, a train. Yeah, see, I like fish and chips, but I don't like raw fish. I don't like, you know, that sort of thing. Fish and chips, though, I love. Fried fish, fried potatoes, beautiful. This here is the bridge that goes to Ile Perrot, Vaudreuil, all those areas further west. And you can actually walk across this bridge. I have a couple of walking videos as well of that. Here's another old building here. Look at this. What's this one? Peter Grant, a fur merchant for the Northwest Company. Is that the guy we read about before? Oh, the Canadian boat song. I looked that up on YouTube. If you want to pause the video and read the plaque, well, here it is. So yeah, these are very old houses, these ones, obviously. Yeah, we got a freight train heading west. It's gonna get loud because we're gonna be going under the bridge. It would be nice to make it to Sainte-Anne train station and get a couple of trains before my commuter train comes, the EXO train. I plan to probably film the train ride as well, because it's rare that I film daytime trains, because I usually finish work and that's when I take a train ride after work. I'm going to take one today on the way back and I'll film it. You can see a lot more in the day. Look at that water down there, isn't that beautiful? And in the spring thaw, it's so powerful to see all the water coming from the west towards us during the spring thaw. So you have a railway bridge here and you have another railway bridge here, and there's the traffic bridge. It used to be a beautiful red bridge here, then they tore it down and rebuilt it. I remember in 2006 when I first came here, that bridge was still there. Those trains go fast here, it's incredible. Here's a little, not a lighthouse, but it's a beacon, and you can see it very well on different angles depending where you are. There's the docks, Sainte-Anne docks. I'm not going to go down to the end here, but you kind of have an idea. I have plenty of videos, there are a few videos on my channel of that. You can check it out one day. There's the bridge. So we're going to go down here now on Rue de l'Église, which is Church Street. You want to basically translate it to English, Church Street. Here's the Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue parish. Jack was telling me that in the basement they have a what is it, a tomb or a crypt underneath, I think it's called. Yeah, crypt. And can't get into it because it's so unstable, but you know, I'd love to go down there and see history. You know, I'm that kind of person. I love history. I love ancient crypts, tombs, archaeology. There it is, the Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue church. Another old building. Yeah, I wonder how you get in there underneath. I think they tried to get in, but it wasn't stable or something. I'd go in. I'd put on a helmet or something and go under. Yeah, look at this very old church. Beautiful, beautiful architecture. Look at that old keyhole here. Probably locked, but hey, beautiful. All right, so now we're coming into the main residential area of town. And we'll walk around a bit and then slowly make our way back to the train station. This is a telecommunication manhole. You can see Bell They go in there. There's wires, cable wires, phone wires. Some of these trees are probably as old as the town. There's another old house. They're everywhere, these old buildings. I smell a wood stove. And I'll tell you, I love the smell of wood stoves. Something about it. It's like a country smell. I know they pollute. I know they're not good for the environment. But when you smell a natural wood stove, well, it's just something nostalgic that hits you. Maybe someone out there understands. Some people still got their Christmas stuff up, which is nice. It is still winter, so why not? Alright, so we're going now to, this is St. Charles Street. Another bird feeder. Another thing about this town is it's very famous for birds and whatnot, because I think the town actually has a special status for bird preservation. Jack was telling me one of his buddies, I think one of the councillors of the city, actually fought for special status for birds and for the environment and whatnot. So yeah, so these houses, you could tell, are kind of more modern. Not this one. We'll go down Rue Pacific, which I think will take us to where we want to go yet. We're going the right way. We're going to see the water tower coming up right there, which was repainted recently. We'll get closer to it. Beautiful day today for a walk. Excuse me, I'm still battling a bit of a cold, but it's a lot better than it was a couple of days ago. Look at this old trailer here. Simple, but hey, it works. My bag popped open here. Just gonna close it. So yeah, we're coming up to the train station. I'm gonna stay in town for a bit more. Walk down some side streets and then back again. Hang on, I'm just gonna redo my bag here. All right, good to go. That's the thing, if you walk so much, eventually the bag can open up on its own, and you gotta close it up. So I'm gonna pause the video until we get to the next corner, because there's really not much here, and I'll resume in a moment. I mentioned the 212 bus. Well, there it is. STM minibus going to the station, the train station. All right, so we're gonna go up to the train station and then cross over to the other side instead of taking the road. We'll get to see the train station. Maybe a train will go by even. Maybe we'll get a bonus. Yes, a bonus. Haha, love it. There you go. For all you train lovers like me. Just as I get up here too, what did I say? Oh, maybe we'll get a bonus train. There it is. Sometimes they take that track, sometimes they take this one, sometimes they take this one. Looks like a short train. You can see the end of it coming. There's your train station. And there's the water tower. That's where we're going to go now, and we're going to get closer to it. And we'll check it out. So, instead of crossing the street, we basically crossed over the street. Let me check the time here for the trains. Looks like it's not functioning, but I know it will be coming shortly, so I don't want to waste too much time. So we're 30 minutes into the video. Probably will go to about 45 minutes. Perfect if you're relaxing on a Wednesday evening, watching the premiere of the video, or if you're watching the rerun. Look at this, we got some roots growing out of the wall here. Those are roots from those trees and plants up there. Nature always finds a way to get through concrete cement. So now we're heading back south, but only briefly, because we're going to turn around and head. We're going to turn and head east. We're going to turn left coming up soon. And we'll go to the water tower and then we'll come back. Or maybe I'll wrap it up at the water tower. Alright, so we'll press the button here and wait for the light to change. Alright, so there's the way to the highway. Oh, this is off the highway, that's on the highway. That's of course Highway 20. Highway 40 is down that way. Yeah, just got a news alert on my phone. There's another object over Canada. Those mysterious balloons or objects that we've been hearing about in the news. One of them, if you're following the news as of recently, you'll know there's one that was shot down over the US. It was a Chinese balloon, apparently a spying balloon. China said it was a weather balloon. Yesterday, Canada shot down another object, and now today I just saw a news alert of another one floating over. Just imagine these are actually aliens or something. This is a perfect opening for an alien movie, you know? Alien invasion movie. Alright, so we'll wait to cross here and we'll make our way to the water tower, which is down here. Alright, so we're 32 minutes in. I haven't been up these stairs yet. Now this is the street that I want to go on, actually. Yeah, so instead of coming all the way back to the train station, I'll just wrap it up coming up here. But we'll still check it out. Gotta watch out. Look, we got some stairs here falling apart. And I don't think I've ever been on this street yet. What street is this? This is Sainte-Anne. Well, look at this old farm style fence. So we'll make our way to the water tower, and then what I'll do is I'll do a little U-turn and come back around and I'll wrap it up. I think it's St. Marie Street or Legault Street, the other one, because there's an old building. Apparently used to be a barn. Coming up here. Even though you know, it's not the warmest. It's pretty warm for me. I'm actually sweating a bit here. But that's good. I'm getting an exercise, getting a workout, getting some exercise. What a beautiful, quiet part of town. Yeah, I've never been up close to the water tower yet. Ah, it's beautiful here. There's Saint Marie Street coming up. Ah, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Some ice hanging off of the sides. With the water tower in the background there. And I think this next corner we may be able to go right to it. Ah, there it is. and then we'll go this way after, back southwards, and we'll go back to towards the train station, and we'll wrap her up. Ah, look at this. There's even a little entrance here for people. Yeah, people can go inside, I think, workers. I think Jack was saying they use it as storage now. Wow, I've never been this close to the water tower. This is so cool. So apparently this is the old way of getting water into the town. You basically fill it up with water, and the water basically falls down with gravity into the pipes, and it creates current and strength and pressure is the word I'm looking for, and then it goes into the water supply and then into the town. That's the old way of doing it, but now of course we have modern plumbing and pumps and all kinds of fancy schmancy stuff. But back in the day, this is how towns got their water, and I think there's still a few towns that do that throughout the world. And sometimes they're even on buildings. Buildings have individual water towers. I think New York City, you see that a lot. Same idea, the water gets stored, and when somebody runs the taps, it comes down from the water tower with pressure. So here's coming up now is Adam Street. And what we'll do is we'll go down, I think this here is coming up what, St. Elizabeth. Look at that ice, very cool. Yeah, and I think this is where I saw Scarlet, the cat, Jack's cat. His unofficial pet cat. Belonged to somebody else, but he visited Jack quite a bit. Yeah, he was put down the other week. But Scarlet, I'm glad I met him, and I'm glad that I had a chance to pet him. I think it was around here somewhere. Yeah, so this is we'll basically wrap her up here, and then we'll go down. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed this little walk, and if you like what you see, please remember, hit subscribe, hit the like button, turn on the notification bell, and yeah, I'm going to save some battery here. But that's pretty much it. This is Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue, everybody. Thank you all for watching, and have a good day.